girls with their nails done. Girls with
An interesting draft just now we've seen. I think Tamus is really OP when it comes to leaving him alone in the lane, but they are having a lot of OP laning heroes for Geek fam. Probably going to go super aggressive with 4 versus the rest of the team for Resurgence, and just leaving 1 into the lane if they want to. They have Hayabusa to go split pushing, so maybe it'll be a super aggressive early game we're going to see head on.
Well, I definitely love this draft way better for the side of Resurgence as compared to the first round. Of course, you were mentioning how strong Bruno was, and it was being banned away in a sort of sense. And we see Sana this time playing on that Terizla, already going on the offensive plays, trying to steal this one away from the side of Feeks. A little too late, but Rumple's being caught up in between. I'm not sure Rumple wants to actually commit to this sort of fight, but over on the jungle, there's still going to be some couple of camps being taken away.
Seems like a Rumple will be harassed so badly done by Mr. V. Maybe because he realized that a Rumple only have a support emblem instead of a mage one, which is gonna be super painful to fight against Kaja early of the game. While Lune is struggling on top with the Diarok to get a little bit more in terms of experience, but not just getting that steal for the crab.
Oh, Feeks just playing with fire for a little bit more, but Rumple this time around gets caught out, and that flicker is being forced at the nick of time, and that was just at the very final moment. But what do we have over the top side here? Oh my, flicker being popped out, and this will be first blood in the hands of Geek fam.
That you have with the Grot, you can just dive in, but Zorn just gonna sacrifice himself against Sana. There's no way out with so many minions crowded there, and he's just gonna give away. He is not really going in for the survival, as you can see. Kind of just take me. That's
Oh
what he was
yeah,
trying to
like
just take me.
he just gave in at a certain moment, but you see Abi already having the ult, and that's just Hayabusa giving a little bit more respect, having that 2v1 situation. They got a little bit of that sort of a pressure coming into his lane as well. But Mr. V all alone handling Dominus, he may just need a little bit more help, and here comes Abi as well, just giving him a little bit more helping hand.
Trying to get the positions to making sure that they get this secure on the turtle for both of the team. Really want it badly, but then we don't have enough men on Geek fam's side. They are just 2 of them bottom, while the rest of the team just 3 trying to defend what they can and trying to distract. Look at that, Ozora Becky trying to steal away. The Zorna was trying to get it, but turtle being slain and damage being done, going 1 down. Gushin being punished with just that little early of casting of skills by Geek fam. Didn't manage to get the kill still.
Yeah, I think that was some great initiation coming from the side of Resurgence, as well as securing that turtle is definitely going to be a great news for them. But look at Sana dealing with Hayabusa, immediately having the ult being expended just to clear off that wave. But that fight itself looked a little bit messy for the side of Geek fam.
Exactly, and Resurgence not giving up this time. They are fighting back and not giving this game easy like the first one they had. While looking at Akai, Aeon is just going really teasing around with the rest of Geek fam team. Look at that, he's trying to block, but Aeon's like, nah, I'm trying to steal away this buff. Just make it harder for you to get it. And even though he didn't get it, just make it a challenge for him.
Yeah, like at least he gets a little bit more of that information on where some of these members will be rotating in this sort of sense. But a lot of all these resources are being handed over on the side of Abi, but Lun is all the way down with only a little health left.
Oh my goodness!
He's going back to Sasabeki, turns things around, and look at that burst coming from Dirab, and that is a big outplay coming from the side of Lun. But over on the bottom side, Sana being caught out all by himself, 3v1, and there's no way for him to run, but RSG managed to take down the very first target of Game 2.
Super cheeky done gameplay by Lin there. It was amazing how he did. Look at that. He baited that out and Zoroveki took it and straight away being punished, and disrespecting that turret is not a wise decision.
The live steal, it was just amazing to watch, and Lun, he managed to actually secure that kill. Already understood how the hero has this sort of potential to actually turn things around. And
Turtle
you gotta
resurrecting
blame
soon.
Becky for a little bit because he definitely went into the dive. Speaking of the dive, Tyrant's Rage as well as Aeon pinning them to the wall with the Hurricane Dance. That's an easy double kill for the side of Mlbb.
Beautiful setup by Mr. V, and then Dead Ultimate, both of them, Aeon and Mr. V, is just on time. He's just really at a perfect moment, a perfect timing. And Ozora Veki tried to get a little bit of damage control trying to get on top here, but Aeon trying to go in and with the jump. He's still not having that cooldown on Hurricane Dust just yet. While the rest of the team just being distracted away, they're going in for the turtle. Well, Turtle is actually pressuring a lot on Hayabusa on bottom as well.
Yep, 2 turtles in a row for the side of Resurgence, and Aeon is really not letting Zorn rest. Well, where's the emotes now, my friend?
And looking at the top, going in with the dive. Ozora Veki is struggling for his survival while just going in. Zorn trying to give an extra hand, but it's not working out well for both of them.
Yeah, well, you gotta see, Aeon definitely did such an amazing job just pinning them through walls. And if I were to give the MVP award, I'll give it to Captain Aeon. He really sets things up for the side of Resurgence thus far. And there you go, double Athenas on the side of Aeon as well as Mr. B. And those beefy frontliners really are the ones setting the tempo of the game.
That's true. Well, looking at bottom, Akai is trying to get somebody out of there, but it seems like we are looking at the different side. Mr. V just going in. Ozora bring pressure so bad. There's no way for him to get out. It's just, even though you are hiding behind the turret, it's never a safe spot for you.
Yeah, like you just saw Lun just snap his fingers and poof goes Zorvecki. Now, Dominus alongside with Rumple, they tried to actually do a little bit of that push over mid lane, but to no avail. They won't be able to succeed getting that tower, but Mr. V, once again, looking for opportunities, and over our mid side, it seems like Zorn is getting chunked down for a little bit more, but they cannot commit to this one yet.
Geek having a tough time here. They were doing excellent, brilliantly well done for the first game, but now Resurgence is not giving off free games again for the second time. While Ozora Veki is one of the key players, I think, for the lineup, because look at that, how hard for them to actually get the lanes to be secure, and the map control is well done and dominated by Resurgence in the early game. They're not snowballing all the way, but looking at Mr. V just keep on diving again. They are really shutting out Ozora. So hard for him to just give a breather. Obi, this is hard for them, and Obi trying to run away with the ultimate done Black Shoes. But he's just gonna escape with that really slicky movement here. Zorn is being punished back again.
Oh, Zorn managed to actually escape, but here comes Aeon trying his luck, going with the Hurricane Dash, pushing all the way. Obviously, is gonna recommit to this one, and they still did not secure that kill. And look at that Rumple go. He managed to actually go all the way back with that flicker, and yet again, members of Geek Fam managed to survive, but they lose way too much. Damas will be the next one to fall, but this is Resurgence having Lun on the forefront, trying to take down Zorn as well, but he will be able to back away.
Oh, that was a big kill by Lun there, even though he was being pressured at first by the Dominus. But things just not doing well for Geek. They don't have enough damage output, especially for Gusion. And Ozora Veki, he can't even show his face. This is what happened to Mr. V last game, and is actually
It's payback time.
It's just a karma hitting you back for a Ozora. This is super hard to watch.
Oh, looking at the side of Aeon, he's trying to set another one up against Zorn, but that's going to be a wall on that other corner, and he knows that he cannot commit with wild charge or anything at all, and even if they do, that's an easy setup for that Hurricane Dance that we talked about. And 3 turtles in a row, it seems like they've already find a way to actually hit back at Geek Fam. It's just that they really need to find a way to close the game right now, because they're excelling in all these team fights. But when it comes to pickoffs, I think Geek Fam still have a little bit of that opportunity. And speaking of that, here comes another fight.
Wow, that was just... Oh, look at that penalty, and that was following up a little bit overkill. Too many ultimate being hammered down for one particular person, which is Gusion. They really have a thing for Dominus.
Oh yeah, like that was a little bit of that overkill, but yet again, Mr. V trying to dive all the way back. This is one more turret over a mid side, being crushed to smithereens, while we see Immortality being bought there as Aeon will be able to play even more aggressively, knowing that he has a little bit of that lifeline on the table.
Yeah, Resurgence is purging while waiting for Lord to respawn. Probably they're gonna go in for the Lord. So everything falls down the shoulder of Hayabusa. Like it or not, he has to make the play here. Fix have to be an open spacer for the rest of the team to go in for a bit more push. So he has to be super safe because they have so many lockdowns. Not really a lot of lockdowns, but there's just so many damage output being done by Resurgence. Look at how Lilia can just one-shot, one kill, and just even though she's close to death, there's no way of killing her. They don't have their exact 100% lockdown on the Geek Fam side.
Oh, speaking of lockdown, I will definitely agree with you on that sort of sense. Like, you look at them go, they only got Kaja to actually rely on, to actually pull people with that divine judgment and nothing much else. Well, they really need to wait for Dominus to actually come up online, trying to even reach Abi. But Abi, you talk about the Dark Boots, it can actually give her all that health back up online, even if Gushin dives all the way in. So it's a really tricky situation for the side of Geek Fam, but RSG, they're just waiting for the right moment, and if they manage to find that leeway, they will be able to actually crush all these towers inside of Geek Fam's base.
Ozora Veki trying to get a little bit farm here and there to come back from this game, but Sana being pressured now. Ozora Veki is no way near to Sana's damage. He has to obey that he's not enough in terms of farming yet. Well, right now they are trying to contest for the Lord. Dyron already going at it. Half HP gone, but it seems like they managed to pick one off. And two, it seems like Obi kind of overextended there, where the rest of the team kind of not helping Dyron to go for the Lord, which is only half HP away. That's pity.
Yeah, it's a little bit of pity, but I feel like they kind of overestimated or underestimated some of the burst potential that Geek Fam sort of has, especially over on the top side, 1v1, Sana versus Ozora. It seems like both sides, they're just duking it out, but here comes Dominus as well, making it a little bit unfair, but here comes the Flicker. Kaja's just gonna go in, wrapping it up, trying to turn things around. But look at Sana, 1 versus 4, and here comes the Cavalry as well. Mr. B goes for the Flicker, Tyler's range over a wall, and that is an outplay that we're talking about here, as Sana is still left alive.
Goodness me, this is a thing that you have to ban to Rizla. The light skill on this guy so insanely, so much. It's so hard to shut him down. Look at this.
Look at him.
Coming out with 4, and he just being returned back damage and entirely unharmed Sana and get away with it unpunished.
Well, of course, that was the replay, and right after the replay, we've already seen Resurgence taking on that Lord, and having that in their hands, possibly this might just be the victory round to push it all the way to game number 3. But that was insane. I'm still trying to brain how composed he was, knowing that, you know, Kufar's coming on all the way back. And he may not even survive in that sort of a situation, but he turned it around.
That's the thing, when you have Bloodlust X and you have the Wing of Apocalypse, it's more than enough for your survival if you have Terizla on you. The thing is, they don't have damage output enough on Geek Fam side. Like, they have to make Dominus to have a little bit more of a damage item because it's not enough burst, even though he can just jump in. And it's not enough to finish one person. Even one single person, which is Terizla, is no way for them.
Oh, there we go. Aeon's gonna pin one down all the way back. Ozora getting caught and might just be the first one to fall. All of them getting knocked up in the air, but no casualties thus far. That's gonna be Lord marching all the way in, and Zorn has to actually take it down just in time. But here comes the commitment. Great wall right in the middle, and that will be Zero taking out Tamas first. Now looking into the mid lane as well. Sana getting chased at by Feeks, but Feeks is gonna return back to his original shadow, and Rumpel is still trying to juggle all these ways. But here comes the commitment coming from RSG, crushing down members of Geek Fam, and here goes one win for them to push it all the way to game 3.